guys, what's going on? FY my pawn here, and welcome back to Paper Sorcerer. Since we last left off, I'll be honest, I can't recall because it's been such a long time since I've touched this. This is probably what's going to be the new series that we're gonna keep going with, but yeah, I wanted to get this game done, so I'm gonna try and play it. We'll see how far we get, but I digress. I've completely forgotten what we've done since last time, so I'm sort of hoping I can remember as I go along, but I digress. We're going to get into this, we're going to see what happens. Every now and again I'll look at the tutorial, but I'm probably just going to keep this straight and narrow. If I find something, I find something. If I don't, I don't. But I digress. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream, and without further ado, let's get into things and see what happens. Now, let's see, we are on the most latest, which is load file 9. Yep. And I guess we go from there. Let's see. Okay, so it's a bit awkward here, because apparently the mouse likes to spin. I don't know what's going on there, huh? Yeah, let's hope that's not a common theme. Alright, so let's go to the merchant. Let's see what we've got, what we got to sell, etc. Alright, we got usables, let's see. Usables, we got quest items. We do not have anything in our inventory nor equipped, but we can see what we got here. Okay, we can get some potions, we can get some lesser healing pots. I think getting a lesser healing potion is going to be nice to have, just in case we get into a pinch. Although we do have 5, so it's not that bad. Defense potion restores half defense. We should be fine there. Alright. Let's see. Do we have anything we want to sell? Nah, we're good. Let's see. Who's around? A goblin and a water demon.
Sometimes when the guards get bored, they play some kind of weird game with a snake.
Okay. How about you, water demon?
The overseers of Block 2 is Gilgix the Decimator. Supposedly because he'll chop you into tenths. Yeah, didn't seem too impressive to me though. Maybe you should try having a bit more finesse.
Well, that's good to know. Alright, let's go to the strange old house. I do believe that is where we build up our abilities. Okay. Take me to the catacombs. We're gonna keep going with leveling up here, because every little bit matters here. Okay. It shouldn't be too hard to get some experience here. We'll see. We'll see. It is a very hard difficulty after all, so never hurts to be cautious. Hello. 34 gems. Nice. That is indeed a loot that we can utilize. No. Alright, we got a fight here. Okay, so let's see. If I recall correctly, yep, we got quite a bit of magic now. Hold on, let's see. What do we got here? Everybody's looking a bit worse for wear, but we can easily go with a AoE heal, I think. Let's see, we got a weak but reliable healing spell. We can poison or blind enemies as we see fit. God, I've forgotten the gimmick that we usually go. We're gonna go with quick heal for now. And get the witch healed up a little bit. Alright, Skeleton, got some health back, I guess. we are going to... Alright, we're going to go challenge. We are going to... I guess Scorch? Yeah, we Scorch. No, wait, that's single target, okay. Frostfall. Okay, so, yeah, Our Sorcerer is a single target caster currently. So we are going to focus on just dealing a mass amount of damage. We're going to start with Scorch, and we will focus on the fighter, I think. Shadow, on the other hand, we are going to go for Focus, and we'll go from there. Might as well start getting into the whole, you know, rhythm of things. Okay. Big damage, big damage. We're gonna need to heal our Sorcerer here if we want things to go well. Okay, we're gonna do a quick heal on the Sorcerer here. Skeleton. You currently only have 1 energy left, which is not good. Okay. We don't have any energy that we can benefit from, so we'll defend here. Alright, Sorcerer. We want you to focus. Shadow, we want you to do... Yeah, let's do Shadow Blaze. Hold on. Fire damage, wide range, but high damage potential. Okay. Let's go Shadow Inferno. That's gonna deal fire damage to all enemies, so that's a benefit. Okay, from there, it seems our skeleton's taking some serious blows, but that's fine. Should be able to increase his defense back if we can. But we'll see. That guy took no damage, which is shocking. Let us heal the skeleton. The skeleton is going to... Alright, so he's used challenge, obviously. We are going to... We're going to use shield stance to potentially increase the chances he has to block. The Sorcerer will follow up with Scorch and hit guard... Well, maybe not that. Let's use a Black Bolt, and we're going to target the fighter. We're just basically going to focus one at a time, I think, for him. We shall... manifest, I guess? Yeah, let's manifest, and then we should be good there. That will help us build up our energy, so that's not a bad thing. Not a fan that the skeleton's taking so much hits, but we're doing it best we can. Jeez, he is suffering quite the blows. Okay, Sorcerer, seriously? It's not good. Okay, yeah, we're gonna need to immediately heal the skeleton once more. Skeleton, we need you on defense duty, so we're gonna defend. Sorcerer, I'd like for you to Scorch Guard A. Okay, we are gonna do... Shadow Blizzard, maybe? Nah, let's use Shadow Blaze. We'll target the Guard A, because it is a wide area, so it might hit all 3 if we do this. At least that is the intended hope. I guess we'll see. Alright, Skeleton and Sorcerer are in pain. Can't really do much about that. Okay, skill. We'll use a defensive strike on the fighter. Alright, the witch, we shall use a quick heal to heal the skeleton, because he is currently the focus right now. We shall use the focus ability. Sorcerer will use focus to recover energy. Everybody needs to restore themselves after all, so... Okay, pain. There's a lot that we have to deal with. Yep, there goes the Sorcerer. There goes the Shadow. This might be load-worthy, to be honest. God, our RNG sucks. I don't know what to do. Guess heal the Shadow. I guess we use Shadow Inferno. That's the best I can think of, anyways. Apologies. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. They're really taking us out, though. Then again, it is the difficulty of the game, so I guess it makes sense, but still, jeez. Okay. Defender gives us a shield boost, so I guess that's what we need. We'll heal the skeleton. Shadow is going to focus on manifestation. I guess we'll see how things play out. It's probably not going to go well, that's for sure. Okay, Shadow has increased our power. Witch is completely gone immediately. Okay. You know what? Let's just have them on attack duty. Let's just wipe. I'd much rather that than anything else. It's very clear something needs to be changed, though, because it's very clear we're losing. What can be done here? Ah well. It's gonna be an L either way, so... boom. Done. Okay, we load, and we'll go back here. I wasn't expecting that bad a situation, jeez. I guess we should go to bed first. Yeah, let's... Alright. My guy dreamed bad dreams, huh? Ah, well. Okay, let's get going. Now, do I want to go into the Strange Old House again and risk that, or do I want to go somewhere else? I guess I could, save and load. You know what? Let's go to the next area. Why not? Let's try it. Okay. So we can go to cell block 1, level 2, 3, 4. We can go to cell block 2, level 1. Alright, let's go to cell block 2, level 1, see how we fare. We have been beefing ourselves up after all, so I suspect that our abilities are going to be a lot better than usual. Besides, we need to break free anyway, so every little bit counts. Okay, there's a fight there. Alright, before we go... Yep, we'll save in file 10. And we shall get going. Yes. Okay, file 10 has been saved. How's our equipment looking? I think we're as good as we're gonna get, so, yep, off we go. Alright, 2 dwarves and a guy with a pike. Alright, pretty self-explanatory. Okay, what's our stats looking like? We got everything we got. Okay, we're gonna go and use Scorch, I guess? Yeah, we're gonna use Scorch on the... Let's go for the Dwarven Fighter for now, until we figure out the situation at hand. We are going to use Challenge. Let's use Defender on, well, actually, hold on. Defender increases defense temporarily, so yeah. Oh wait, hold on, that's actually a defense heal as well. Oh, okay, so Refresh Rune heals some of the party's defense. Defender raises defense. Shield Stance increases the chance to block attacks, so we want Defender for now. The Shadow will initiate with Shadow Inferno on all enemies. As for the Witch, she is going to use Blindness on the Man-at-Arms, I guess. That would be a good start, I think. Alright, that's 34 damage. No agility loss, but that's still fine. Okay, everybody's defense has now been increased. That's going to help us in the long term. Fire damage inflicted. Nice. Curse of Blindness has been inflicted on the Man-at-Arms, so that's going to be nice. Some damage to the Witch, but that's fine. Alright, we're going to... Oh, we got Restore Defense. What am I doing? Let's see. I think I can get away with... Well, she regenerates 1 at a time, so that's fine. We're going to use Black Locust, and we're going to poison the Dwarven Fighter, so the effects continue to stack up. We are going to Manifest to increase magic. The Skeleton is going to use a Refresh Rune to restore some of the party's defenses. To help, you know, keep everybody safe and happy. We are going to use Focus with our Mage to increase our energy. And we'll go from there. And now we just let things build up. Okay. As status effects begin to stack up. Okay, we are going to use Challenge here, so that way the Skeleton is the focus here. We are going to then use Scorch on Dwarven Fighter B. The Witch is going to use Focus to recover some energy. The Shadow, on the other hand, is going to use Shadow Storm, which will deal arcane damage to everybody. Which I'm sure is going to be a lot better than just doing it to a single target. There we go. Scorch is inflicted, 40 damage. Not bad at all. Focus has been inflicted, or Focus has been used for Witch. Damage has been inflicted, that's fine. Alright, Shadow Storm comes in, deals a ton of damage. 1's down. Okay, Toughen has been used. Okay, the Witch is going to start off by restoring defense to all allies. We are then going to use Defend with the Skeleton. The Sorcerer is going to follow up with... I think we go to use Mage Armor here. Okay, he's perished. And now for the Shadow, he will focus. And yeah, we just recover our defenses. What I think we need to do is we need to give the Witch a chance to heal the Skeleton. and then everything else will fall into line. Or, if we have it, a heal would be equally as good. We're gonna go for a defensive strike on the man-at-arms. Well, no. Let's save our energy for next time. The witch shall use... Is there an AoE heal that we have? I don't think we do. So we're just going to use a quick and reliable heal on the skeleton. The sorcerer is going to use focus to restore. And the shadow is going to do shadow backlash, which will deal damage based on the opponent's stats. Which will be interesting to use, but it is a single target, which will likely generate more damage. So that's nice. Okay, Shadow Backlash. That deals 10 HP worth of damage. That's fine, I guess. Okay, we can do a quick heal here if we so desire. I'm not going to, because I'm going to use this chance to get focus. The skeleton is going to just keep defending. Sorcerer is going to use Scorch here. And the shadow is going to honestly attack, I think. I think the normal attack is fine. No need to use any specialty AoEs after all. I think the biggest important thing here is just, honestly, just making sure we, you know, give everybody what buffs we can. Alright, defend. Shadow, we will... Can't use Shadow Backlash. Yeah, no, let's just attack. There we go. The Witch will... quick heal the Sorcerer because he's slightly lower. The Sorcerer shall focus. So yeah, damage slowly comes in. Alright, we just wait and we should be good. Energy's now at full. That should be fine. Okay, we are just going to do a power strike here. The witch is going to... We're gonna bait them to attack the skeleton specifically. The sorcerer is gonna use Frostfall on the men-at-arms, and the shadow... You know what? Let's just nuke the guy down, it's fine. It's gonna take longer if we don't do this anyways, so... The more we do, the better. Okay, the skeleton is now the focus. Okay, his agility has been reduced. Shadow Blaze comes in, deals even more damage, and now he's gone. Perfect. That works. We got 90 gems, 3 books, a scrap of leather, and a steel greatsword. The sorcerer has leveled up to 9 with Troll Shield, which allows us to completely block from one attack. The witch has reached level 9, allowing for mending, which heals ailments such as cripple, blind, and poison. The shadow has reached level 9, which gives Shadow Blizzard another level, and manifestation increases magic and energy by level. The puppet has reached level 9, otherwise, nothing else. Okay, so... let's see, we want to go into equipment, let's see, shadow. Okay. Skeleton. You can't equip anything, so the great sword is not something we can actually use, I think. So, if we go into items, usable, nope, treasure, no, back, equipment, Okay, well, we don't need anything here, so that's fine. We will still take these. A firebomb damages all enemies. 1 amber. There is 1 amber here. And 46 gems there. Cool. Hold on. I need to, check controls. Alright, so there's... cancel, equipment, items, skills, status... combat, basic controls, stats... Summons, huh? Yeah, we're good. Arms and armory. Okay. Okay, I thought we picked up a sword, but I guess not. Oh well. Let's see. What's in here? Okay, we are going to save. Yep. Save up. Alright, off we go. To the next one. Hello, hello. Okay, it's one of these situations. Okay, let us start by focusing. The Shadow is going to manifest, which will increase its power exponentially. We are going to use Defender, which will raise all allies' defenses temporarily. The Witch is going to follow up with... what's her stat? She's got 4 out of 6. She's fine. Okay. We are going to go Curse of Blindness on the Fighter, because I'm more worried about the Fighter than I am the Dwarven enemies. So we're going to focus on that. We manifest with the Shadow, we increase our defenses, like I've said. Curse of Blindness comes in. Does it afflict him? It does. And now the damage comes in. Thankfully, the defenses of the skeleton is pretty nice, so it's not a bad thing. We are gonna go with... Shadow Frost? No. Let's go Shadow Blizzard here. That's gonna deal a lot of damage, I imagine. The Witch will come in with... Focus. So that way she can increase her power as she restores our defenses. The Skeleton is going to use Challenge for people to focus on him. We are going to use Scorch, and we are going to target Dwarven Fighter A. And we'll make that the focus there. Nice. We want to focus on Dwarven Fighters first, because of course, you know, we should. But we'll go from there. We'll see how things fare. Every little bit matters, put simply. Every little bit counts. Alright, Skeleton will use the shield stance to minimize the amount of attacks he suffers from. Thankfully, the Dwarf has died, so now he can restore defense of all allies with a buff. The Sorcerer is going to throw out... I guess we'll throw out a Black Bolt, and we will deal with the Dwarven Fighter. The Shadow is going to focus, which will increase his power exponentially. Alright, Shield Stance comes into play, Restore Defense comes in. At the very least, the Skeleton is going to be quite beefy, which is the intended point of me doing this in the first place. Yeah, the Skeleton is meant to take the brunt of any damage that we suffer from, because otherwise things just go awry. Alright, Skeleton, we want you on defend duty. The Witch will throw out... let's not do a heal. Instead, we're going to focus, increase that power. The Shadow is going to do Shadow Inferno on all enemies. The Sorcerer is going to focus so that he restores some energy. Alright, the Witch is restoring her power. They're gonna take some damage, 16 and 15 respectively. Nice. Okay, Sorcerer gets some energy back. Skeleton takes a hit, that's fine. Alright. We are gonna defend once more. The Shadow is going to manifest. The Witch will use a quick heal here in order to help the Skeleton recover some. The Sorcerer is going to use Scorch on the Dwarven Fighter. The less enemies attacking, after all, the better. Although my attention is kind of focused on the fighter right now, admittedly. I really should have focused him down, but less enemies the better. Okay, yeah, no. That fighter is going to be a nuisance if I leave him be. We're going to use Mage Armor here for Sorcerer, just in case. We are going to use Defender here on all allies. The Shadow is going to use... let's use Shadow Backlash on the fighter. The Witch is going to use a quick heal on the Shadow to recover his, to recover a little bit. Defender comes in, increase the defenses of everybody temporarily, which will help the Shadow block some damage, essentially. Ooh, the Witch suffers a big but nasty damage output. Okay, the Witch is going to need to heal herself. Alright. We focus. Skeleton is going to challenge. Shadow is going to do... Let us use Shadow Blaze on the fighter, I guess. Witch will heal, naturally. That's going to be required. Focus comes in from Sorcerer. Skeleton tries to taunt. There we go. Let's just hope he's more focused on the Skeleton at this point. And Shadow Blaze. 9 damage. Nothing too crazy. Okay, he attacks the Witch again. That's not what we want. We will defend with the Skeleton. The Sorcerer shall use Scorch. The Witch shall heal herself once more. And the Shadow shall focus. Boom. 30 damage, minus 1 agility. Skeleton takes a hit, that's fine. Alright, Witch recovers some. That'll have to do. And focus comes in, of course. Alright, Skeleton, we want you on defend duty. The Witch shall throw in a... I'm tempted for Curse of Blindness. But no, we should definitely use Restore Defense here. This is going to help us overall. Okay, we shall use... I guess Shadow Blast. That will get the arcane damage. And we will focus with the Sorcerer here. 36 damage comes in. Everybody gets defenses back. That should help with our ever-growing problem. Alright, we just gotta wait and see. Thankfully we got an evade, so that's nice. Okay, we are gonna focus. Shadow is going to manifest. Alright, Sorcerer Skeleton shall use Shield Stance to increase the chance of blocking attacks. We are going to use Frostfall here to increase the damage. Well, increase more or deal more damage rather. Okay. 10 magic for manifestation. That's not bad. Alright, but yep, Shield Stance, that's going to help him. And Frostfall will reduce his agility, which ultimately will just make things worse for him. Okay. Focus, Witch. We are going to do a quick heal on the Skeleton. Alright, Skeleton, we want you to use Defender here on all allies. Shadow. Let's use Shadow Blaze, why not? It's more damage. YOLO. Alright. Quick heal's been resulted. Heal, or buff on heal on Skeleton. Buff for everybody. There we go. Across the board. Big defenses. Never hurts. 48 damage. What are you gonna do? Okay, you're dealing 19 damage. Okay. Let's actually blind the fighter, I think. Reducing his chance to deal damage is just going to be better. So the fighter is naturally just going to be a dangerous problem that we're going to have to embrace. So, yeah. Okay, we focus, get some more energy back. Hopefully Curse of Blindness, yep. Blindness triggers, that will reduce his accuracy. The fire will add to it and deal him more damage. Focus comes in with Shadow. And boom, hits the Sorcerer. Off we go. Okay, we are going to hold on. Challenge so that the Skeleton's the more of the focus. We're going to do a quick heal on the Sorcerer here. Sorcerer, we're going to want to use you to focus. Shadow, naturally. Let's just use Shadow Frost, why not? There we go. Alright, challenge has been issued, which gives the quick heal out, nice. Focus comes into play, there we go, get some more energy back. What are you gonna do now? Okay, Shadow Frost hits up, 61 damage, and he's gone. Hey! 94 gems and 675 experience. Pretty great. Pretty great indeed. Okay, let's, before we, yeah, well, we need to run into a fight first, so... Alright, let's save for now. Yeah, there we go. I've already saved. Okay, so we go here. We found a one warrior bracelet with one warrior bracelets, which gives plus 10 strength. We found a lesser healing potion. And that's it. Okay, cool. I'm not complaining, that's really nice. Okay. Now, let's see what else we can find here, huh? Okay, what's in here? Ah, there's a door here. This must be where they store their extra doors. You hear the sound of stone grinding against stone as you press the button, hidden behind the door. And behold, a little bit of a treasure. You notice the masonry is a bit off here. Yeah, so basically special treasure if you look around. You're rewarded if you explore. You get some gems, you get a leather tunic, you get some more gems, and a steel axe. Interesting. So nothing I can really equip here. But we do have the Warrior's Bracelet if we ever want to go a bit more offensive, but I don't think we need that with the Warrior here. I'd rather be much more defensive if I had the choice, so, yeah. Besides, we're magically oriented more than anything, so we're better off being a bit more defensive in that regard, I guess. Okay, we'll save there, and off we go into the battle. Every battle is a new experience. Alright. We are going to use... Let us use focus to increase our power. The skeleton is going to... I guess defend. The sorcerer shall use... let's use Frostfall. And we will target Squire A, I guess. The Shadow shall use Manifestation to increase his power. And use that chance to get an AoE spell used. Alright, Frostfall hits. Lays down a solid 16 damage. Alright, Manifestation hits. Nice. Skeleton's focused. Nice. That's exactly what we want. Okay, we are going to use Defender to increase defense of all allies. Alright, we're going to focus with the Sorcerer. The Witch shall introduce... I think we can get away with baits. Yeah, if we use bait on the skeleton, they're gonna focus on the skeleton. The Shadow will follow up next with a Shadow Inferno on all enemies. Okay, that increases defense of everybody, which is good. Focus comes in, Sorcerer gets more energy, which really does help. Which causes the skeleton to be a focal point here. And Shadow further triggers. There we go. Nice. Damage gets that death. That's another death on the Squire. And now, all that's left is a Dwarf, who is significantly stronger in all aspects. We're going to use a quick heal on the skeleton, just give him some recovery magic. We're going to focus with the Shadow. The Sorcerer is going to Scorch the Dwarven Fighter, which should take him out significantly fast. We'll use Defend on the skeleton, so that way he's just taking hit after hit after hit. As is natural. We will probably need to increase our energy recovery rates at this pace, but we'll have to see. Besides, the more energy we have, the more effective we will be. Okay. We can get a challenge going, but I think I'm going to save energy. The Shadow is going to go for... I guess Shadow Blaze? No reason to not, right? We are going to use Mage Armor to increase our defenses. The Witch... Does she need a quick heal? No, she does not. So we're just going to use Curse of Blindness on the Dwarven Fighter. So it makes it way harder for him to actually hit us. The less chances he has to hit, well, it doesn't matter anymore. We get 34 gems, a leather helmet, and 615 experience. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay, so we've explored most of the areas here. Alright, what's next? I guess go through here. Yep. That is the next area, so we want to go over to here instead to see what we find. Okay. Alright. No fights just yet, but... fight here. We're gonna save. And off we go. Engage. Alright, it's just one dude. Simple enough. Okay, we want to immediately start with Curse of Blindness, because the less chances he has to attack us, the better. We are going to use Challenge to get the skeleton as a focus. The Sorcerer is going to use Scorch on the fighter. And the Shadow is going to use Manifestation to increase his attack power. That way he just deals even more damage. Alright, Challenge has been triggered, Scorch has been triggered. Yeah, he is not going to have a fun time. Okay, thankfully he missed, so that's good. Shadow gets magic up. Alright, Skeleton is going to use Shield Stance to minimize the potentials of hits. We are going to use Black Locust to poison this guy as well. We're going to focus. The Shadow is going to use Shadow Yeah, let's use Shadow Frost. Might as well deal as much elemental damage as we can. Every little bit counts, though. Every little bit does. Right, poison, fire, blindness. He's really in a bad time. Alright, 44 damage in addition to that. Alright, that's a miss on the skeleton. Nice. Alright, Sorcerer, we are going to use Frostfall to minimize his agility. Okay, we can do a heal. Honestly, I think we can get away with a quick heal here. Defenses are perfectly fine at the moment, so we don't need to go any further than that. We are just going to throw down a defend. The Shadow is going to focus. And, yep, that's a lot of damage being pelted at him. Yeah, we're going to have to rely heavily on debuffs, I think, to really take out an enemy. I think that is going to be the gimmick of what makes us the best. Okay, we can use a defensive strike here to recover some energy, but we're going to just block instead. Because restoring energy is just overall good. We're going to blind him again. We are going to... I think I can get away with Mage Armor, but we're just going to use Black Bolt because that's better. Alright, Shadow, we use Shadow Blaze. Okay, he attacks a Shadow, which is not good. Thankfully, the blindness triggers. He is not going to have a fun time. Pop, 7 damage. Shadow Blaze deals 60 damage. Alright, the Witch shall use a quick heal on the Shadow here. Skeleton will come in with a challenge. The Shadow shall manifest. Sorcerer shall focus. At the very least, things are coming up quite well.
Alright, the challenge has been triggered. Manifestations have been committed.
And focus. There we go. Alright, the Witch takes some damage. That's not good, but it could be way worse. We're going to do a quick heal on the Witch. The Shadow is going to follow up with Shadow Frost. The Sorcerer is going to Scorch him. And the Skeleton, we will use Defender to give all allies a buff, but that doesn't do anything. Okay. We do get Scale Armor, which increases our defenses. You have been given a new skill, Awakening Room. You remove the sleep effect from an ally. Interesting. Well, that's something. We grab this, a Sharpened Steel Longsword, and Amber. Nice. Okay, we are going to equip the Sharpened Steel Longsword for our warrior. Not like he's going to be using it as often. But still, it never hurts to have increased damage. The Breastplate. Breastplate versus Scale Armor is 23 to 25. We keep the Breastplates. The Leather Helmet we do not need to equip. The Dented Buckler we keep. There we go. Alright. Off we go. What's in here? Okay, I don't see anybody here, so I guess we save. Okay, so in here we have one robe, we have gems, we have more gems.
Inside the cabinet, you'll find a book on magical containment devices.
Reading through it, one passage in particular sticks out to you.
As you can see, due to the nature of the rites and rituals required to make an extra-dimensional prison, they are almost exclusively used to contain specific beings of great power. For whatever reason, your curiosity compels you to rip out the page to keep for yourself.
Or rather, yeah, basically, we're curious about the page and we keep it. Hello, hello. Alright, we got a wooden coin. Gems. A turquoise. Gems. Okay, there's nothing in the bed. Okay, I don't see anything worth noting. Okay, I guess that is that. There's nothing on the beds, I don't think, so yeah, off we go. Alright, that is the entire area of the first floor explored. Let's continue on to the next area. I would like to go to the next level.
We have cleared block 2, level 1.
Alright, we are going to save. And just continue on, I guess. As for our arms, we've got a few stuff here, but nothing too crazy. Nothing that we would want to equip, basically. So, yeah, let's just go from there. Kinda wish we had an AoE heal at this point, but...
You detect the faint odor of sulfur, with a tinge of vinegar. You suspect someone here has been performing alchemy.
Okay, interesting. Okay. Nothing here so far. Okay, what about here then? Let's see. Alright, there is a fight here, so we save. And off we go.
Fight!
These guys look goofy. Alright. They're clearly angry, but I think they're a bit weird. Hedge wizards, I see. No wonder. Okay, we're gonna need to raise all of our allies' defenses temporarily. The Shadow is going to need to do a Shadow Inferno. And we're gonna get the Witch to heal herself, to be honest. Because she kinda needs the health. Every little bit matters here. And if we're dealing with casters, might as well get on the defensive, right? 117, ooh. Interesting. Okay, Witch restores her energy. Frost comes in, there we go. Oh, yeah, no, the Frost actually hits the Sorcerer. Okay, so that's not good. We are going to use the Curse of Blindness. Well, actually, no. We're going to use a Black Locust on the Hedge Wizard B. The Shadow is going to manifest. The Skeleton is going to use the Challenge to focus. And we are going to focus with our Mage, Sorcerer. And we'll go from there. But it's clear fire is not going to be the solution here, so I think cold might be a good option. We'll have to see. Ow, fire. It's a good thing I put up defenses. Alright, which, if we could, I'd love a AoE heal, but we don't have that luxury, huh? We're gonna do a quick heal on the Shadow. The Skeleton is going to attack Hedge Wizard A. The Sorcerer is going to use Scorch on Hedge Wizard B. The Shadow is going to use Shadow Blizzard on all enemies. That should deal a significant sum of damage, that's for sure. Alright, Scorch comes into play. Boop. 39, minus 2 agility, Shadow Blizzard, whoosh. 36 to 23 damage, nice. A big blaze hits, and hits everybody. Not fun. Okay, we are going to use a... Yeah, we're just going to attack the Hedge Wizards and go from there. Sorcerer, we'll use Mage Armor here. Shadow, we're going to use Focus. The Witch is going to heal the Sorcerer here. Because goodness knows we need it. They're an interesting two groups, though. Oh, hello. Heal. Oh, funny enough, I have healing too. Ah, you're really trying, huh? Well, to no avail, I assume. Alright, we're gonna use Defender. This'll give everybody... Oh, it won't actually heal anybody, though. Let's use Power Strike on the Hedge Wizard. Let's use Sorcerers to cast Focus. The Witch shall introduce Focus. The Shadow will follow up with a Shadow Inferno on all enemies. Deal as much damage as we can, basically. Hopefully the damage is significant enough for the people to not be a worry, though, but we'll see. Alright, Shadow Inferno deals a lot of damage, I assume. 36, nice. That's death and... death. Okay, cool. Alright, that worked out well, I'd say. Worked out as well as we could get it. Our Sorcerer gets... Okay, we got Inner Fire. We heal our wounds and regenerates. The Witch gains Witch Fire, which deals arcane damage over time. Puppet reaches level 10, and yeah, we're good. Huh? This room smells strongly of vinegar. You hear the sound of stone grinding against stone. Oh, so that's why the wizards were in here. We found amber, gems, mage robes. Inside this bottle is some kind of solution that smells strongly of vinegar. Examine. The solution is murky and viscous, and the bottle itself is warm to the touch. Okay. Wait, hold on. It's murky and viscous, and the bottle itself is warm to the touch. Let's leave it alone for now. You decide to leave the bottle alone. You get a steel sword and a turquoise. I'll leave that alone for now while I look around, because we might be able to find something that might help us here. Definitely gonna consider that, though. Perhaps we can find something that will make this all the better. Okay, arms and arm. Let's actually equip some stuff. Alright, so we'll start with the Sorcerer, I suppose. Let's get some mage robes on. That will increase his magic, make him a bit more offensive. The iron staff is pretty much self-explanatory. Leather helmet. Pretty good. A leather cape is fine. Basic strong room. We don't need the strong room, to be honest, but it does help, so that's fine. Alright. Shadow. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, how about the witch? How's she doing, gear-wise? Okay, she's good. As is with the iron staff, leather cape, basic tough rune. Okay. Okay. There is a mist there, so we're gonna want to save before we go. Okay, we're saving in Fall 8, and off we go.
To adventure. To violence. Hoorah!
Interesting. Okay, so we've got a very tanky individual, we've got a very damage-heavy individual, and we got a very sorcery individual. The biggest concern I have is the sorcerer dudes, so we're going to be focusing on them, I think. We're going to start with challenge, so the skeleton gets focused. The shadow is going to manifest. The witch is going to do a quick heal upon herself, so that way she recovers some. As for our caster, that is a massive heal. Interesting. Okay, we're going to use Scorch here. We're going to focus on the Hedge Wizard. We want to deal as much damage to Hedge Wizard as possible, so we're going to focus him down first, I'd say. The sooner we have him dealt with, the better, so all the more reason to focus him down. But yeah. It's going to be fairly self-explanatory. If we leave him alive, he's just going to continue to damage us past our defenses, which is not good. That means less chances for the witch to actually heal, and overall, just a rough time in general. Okay, we're going to focus. Okay, we are going to use Witchfire on the Hedge Wizard, which is going to deal damage over time. The Shadow is going to do Shadow Blizzard to all enemies, which is going to deal damage to everybody, which is nice. So yeah, the Shadow is basically on everybody duty. Alright, Witchfire triggers. That's going to deal arcane damage to him, which is nice. Slow is not fun, but, you know, we do what we can. Okay, Skeleton's taking his grunts, but he's honestly going to be fine. Okay, we are going to use Defender. Well, no, Defender's kind of pointless. We will use Shield Stance here. The Witch shall use... Yeah, we're going to use the Witch and have her focus. I'm confident I can actually last for a while. We do have Inner Fire as a worst-case scenario, though. We're going to use Frostfall on the Hedge Wizard. That's going to make it even worse for him. We are going to focus with the Shadow. Alright. Shield Stance will make him more evasive, so that's nice. Focus comes in. Frostfall comes in, deals a bunch of damage to the Wizard. 14, and slow. He tries to heal himself, but he's not going to have a fun time beyond that. Because I plan to just make him suffer with so many status ailments. Okay, Skeleton, we want to put you on defend duty. Witch, we want you to use Black Locust on the Hedge Wizard. Sorcerer, we shall use Mage Armor to increase our defenses. We are then going to use Shadow Inferno on all enemies. Increase, well, just send out full amounts of damage, I guess. And Poison's been triggered, so Arcane, Fire, and Poison are going on the Wizard. So he's gonna be trying to spam heal on himself as he tries to feebly save his life. Which is not gonna work to his favor. Okay, we are going to quick heal the Sorcerer. Skeleton, we want you to defend everybody, give everybody a defense boost, because the physical users are starting to get through. We shall manifest, and the Sorcerer shall focus. Alright, Caster's gone, good. Now we can focus on everybody else, which is the 2 melee fighters. Alright. Apologies if I'm making noise, I'm just drinking. Alrighty tighty. Let's see. So the Shadow's looking a bit worse for wear, so we're going to give him a quick heal, I think. The Shadow is going to use Shadow Blizzard on all enemies. The Skeleton is going to go on full defend mode. Sorcerer is going to use Scorch on the Dwarven Fighter, because the Man-at-Arms is significantly easier to handle, albeit more tanky. So, we just go from there, I guess. Alright, Scorch on the Dwarven Fighter. That'll start... Well, that'll just take him out immediately, so that's nice. Now we can focus on the Man-at-Arms. He is going to be a little bit concerned, but not too bad. Alright, Witch is going to use Curse of Blindness to weaken him. Sorcerer, we want you to focus. Shadow, we want you to focus as well. Alright, let's start weakening him. Let's start stacking up damage over times over him. Let's make his life suffering. Okay, focus has been... Alright, focus there. Focus. There we go. Alright, Witch. Let's see. We want to use Black Locust on the Man-at-Arms. Shadow, we want you to use... Yeah, we'll use Shadow Blaze. Why not? Sorcerer, you're going to use Frostfall to weaken him. And you, Skeleton, you can just defend, because you're focused on defending anyways, so all the more reason to keep you beefed up. Alright, Frostfall. There we go. -1 agility, slowed. Yeah, he's not going to have a fun time. Alright, Skeleton, we want you to defend again. And he's gone. There we go. 102 gems, a lesser healing potion, a book, leather boots, and 750 experience gained. Shadows reach level 10, which gives us Shadow Blast at level 2. Which in of its own right is a great thing. We're gonna leave there. That is probably the door to the next room, I think? No. I do not want to go to the next level just yet. Alright, let's see what we can find. Okay. 48 gems, 21 gems, and a black silk bag. Cool. Down here, there's nothing so far. What about here?
This room smells strongly of sulfur.
Okay.
You hear the stone grinding against stone.
Okay.
One tongue, acid flask, lesser healing potion, and lesser healing potion. We found 1 pouch of sulfur, a steel katana, 78 gems, and an imperial greatsword.
Interesting. Okay, that's a lot. What about here? What's here? No mobs, so that's good. Anything here? That is a fight. So we're gonna save and get ready for combat.
Hello.
Okay. So we got a sorcerer and a man-at-arms, so that's pretty self-explanatory. I kind of wish I had challenge set up, but that's fine. We can actually do something else. We're going to use Defender on all allies. We're going to use the Witch, actually, to... Oh, wait, we can't use it. Okay, never mind. Okay, Shadow is going to use Manifestation. Sorcerer, you're already at 3 energy. so I guess the best we can do is focus. And we'll go from there. Alright. Alright. I guess we'll see how things play out. Alright, big flame triggered. I had a feeling that was going to happen, but hey, we tried our best. Alright. We are going to use challenge now with the skeleton, so that way they focus on him. We're going to focus down the hedge wizard, because he is going to be a nuisance no matter what we do. We are going to use witch fire on the hedge wizard. And we will follow up with Shadow Inferno on all enemies. Okay, that way skeleton's focused, Scorch on the wizard, Witch will follow up with a status ailment, which is going to deal more damage. Yeah, he's not going to have a fun time, put simply. Alright. I think the biggest concern is that they're just very resistant to fire, I think. That is the biggest thing I found. We're going to defend with Skeleton. The Shadow is going to focus. The Witch is going to quick heal, going by the circumstances. The Sorcerer is going to Black Bolt the Hedge Wizard. At the very least, dealing some more damage. So, kinda tip for that. You know how it be. Alright. That's one defense loss, but that's fine. The skeleton is really durable. Alright, 16 HP, 0, but minus 5 defense. The Shadow Blizzard comes in. The Witch comes in with Focus. Skeleton is going to use... I'm actually going to put him on defense duty, and there we go. He's gone now. Now we can focus on... Yeah, we can focus on the men-at-arms, which is the bigger concern here. Okay, Witch. Focus. Nice. Focus with the Sorcerer is going to get him more energy to work with, which just helps him in the long run. Alright. Skeleton, we want you to actually... You know what? Defensive Strike. Let's increase our defenses. Sorcerer, use Scorch. Shadow, we're going to use Manifestation. The Witch is going to use Black Locust to poison the enemy. And just whittle him down like crazy. I do believe that with the status ailments, he's just going to crumple like a wet noodle. So really, it's just a matter of getting us there and doing that, so... That's nice. Alright. From here, we shall... What should we do? Let's see. The Witch can use Bait, but I think it's better if we use Curse of Blindness here. The Skeleton will follow up with... Yeah, let's use Defender just in case. That will make sure all allies are defended to some degree. We'll use Mage Armor on the Sorcerer. The Shadow shall use... let's use Shadow Blaze, so that way... Oh, never mind. Damage is done plenty enough. We get a scrap of leather, 82 gems, and 525 experience. Nice. We get a scrap of iron, we get a toy drum, and a lead key. Interesting. Alright. And what's in here? Oh, it's a door that we can't access yet because it's locked. Okay, so it's clear the lead key does not work, but what happens if we handle this concoction here? Let's save just in case, because I don't want to bugger up the solution here. Alright. Inside, yep. We are going to use the lead key. You plug the lead key into the solution. Nothing happens, except now the key smells bad too. Let's put in the pouch of sulfur. The sulfur reacts violently with the liquid, causing it to bubble and change colors. Eventually, it settles down into a thick black sludge with a very unpleasant smell. Okay. Now we put in the lead key. When you put the key into the solution, it begins to violently bubble again. Suddenly, there's a puff of smoke and a noxious odor. When the smoke clears, the only thing left in the bottle is a golden key. You've received the golden key. Now, if we go back to that door that we were just at, which is at the beginning, we should be able to open that door now, I think. Problem solving for the win. Nope. Wait. Huh. Okay. False door. What the heck is that? Hold on. Let's save. This is sus as hell. Alright, we're gonna save on file 1. We're going to go back, and we're just gonna grab this stuff first before we look at that. 12 gems. 1 turquoise. A hunter's bracelet, which gives 10 agility. And an arcanite staff, with 8 to 24 damage, 8 magic, and a poison skill. Well, that's one hell of a item, jeez, okay. So, I don't think I need to say this, but this is definitely going on the Sorcerer, for obvious reasons. Okay, 8 to 24 damage, 8 magic, plus a poison skill. That's going to increase his magic significantly. And we're going to give the other staff to the witch. Yeah, no, never mind. There is no other staff. Ah, well. We're gonna save. Because I'm quite satisfied with that. And let's go see what this is. A glowing ball of light hovers before you. How'd you find me? The Reaper sent you here, didn't he? Look, whatever he's paying, I'll take it. Before you can say anything more, the spirit is sucked into the black stone. Okay, so basically if you find those little balls of light, that entails that you have found something secret. Okay, but we still do have that golden key, so it's worth noting. I think anyways, don't we? Okay, we got the arms and armory. Equipment, no. We're looking for items. Quest items, we got a gold key. Yeah, we got a gold key out of it, so yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, equipment. Well, no, we don't need equipment, I don't think. Well, no, actually, we do. The question is what we give everybody. Let's see. Actually, if we go to info, we can actually check. Stats. Okay, strength. Alright, so agility affects turn order, crit rate, dodge chance, and the effectiveness of the defend command. Okay. So if we use a lot of agility, we can affect our turn order, crit rate, dodge chance, and the effectiveness of defending. Which our skeleton does a lot, so honestly, maybe I should go into the equipment of the skeleton and replace that, some of the accessories here. If we go with the hunter's bracelet, we get 10 agility, which will increase our dodge chance. At the cost of 10 HP and 5 defense, I'd say that's a small price to pay in favor of just increasing our overall evasion with our skeleton. So we're gonna mix it up with the skeleton. We're gonna increase his evasion and we're gonna increase his defenses as we go along. Preferably both if we can. Okay. Well, with that, we're good, I guess. I don't think there's more to this lore that I am aware of, so yeah, we're good to go, I think. Alright, off we go to the next floor. Yes, I would like to go. Hey. That's a win. Okay, let's see. We've exited out of here. Okay, we got a blank room here. We're gonna take the first door we can see. Let's see. You notice the masonry is a bit off here. Okay. You hear the sound of stone grinding against stone. Oh, hello. What's in here? Okay, so there's a fight there. What's in here? Because I'm curious now. Okay, we get a jade, and we get full plate armor. Okay. Well, I don't know about you, but I'd say full plate armor is a fair trade-off for any other armor we would have gotten. We will save here. Save file 3, yep, there we go, and off we go. I think we're fairly good. Alright, here we go. Into the fight we go. Okay, so we got an archer, we've got a man... Well, we got fighter and a... Yeah, we've got basically the trio of damage. We're gonna start with a challenge on the skeleton, so the physicals at least fight him. We are going to start by using Witch Fire on the Hedge Wizard. We are definitely using Scorch on the Hedge Wizard to maximize damage there. We're going to use Shadow the Lizard here to deal as much damage as we can, because Inferno does not do a lot of damage to the Wizard, naturally. So, best to deal with him immediately as we can. Alright, there we go. A lot of damage coming in. Pretty nice, pretty nice. And ice damage all across the board. Boom. Not a bad situation to be in. Okay, Shadow is currently suffering a lot. We shall go Shield Stance here. We're going to use the Sorcerer and Focus. We could apply Poison. That is an option now. We're going to Manifest. The Witch is going to use this chance to quick heal the Shadow here, because he's suffering quite a bit. Not a fan of this. Yeah. Well, the damage is coming in, so it's nice. Okay. Evade. Nice. Skeleton's evading, so that's a good thing. And because he can block, that's also another thing that he has the advantage of. Okay, nothing from the skeleton because he's just evading like a boss. Alright, we're just going to go on defense. The Shadow is going to go Shadow Inferno here. Sorcerer, we want you to... I guess you could Scorch, but I think Mage Armor is a way. We are going to focus with the Witch. Alright, Shadow Inferno comes in, deals some damage. There goes the Archer. The Wizard is still up. Alright, Sorcerer comes in with Mage Armor. That'll help him a little bit. I really shouldn't have used that. I should have used an attack spell, but my mistake. Alright, he's gonna try and spam heal to recover. That's fine. Okay, what can we do here? We're gonna just defend here. We are gonna use this chance to use heal and recover the Shadow. The Sorcerer is going to Scorch the Fighter here. Shadow is gonna come in with Focus. Alright, the Wizard's gone. That's good. That means our job was, or our actions were correct. Alright, Sorcerer comes in with a Ball of Fire. He's going to probably attack at some point, so we'll have to see how that fares. Okay, he attacks the witch. Not fun. Okay, we're gonna use challenge for him to be a target. Sorcerer is going to use poison on the fighter. Okay, witch is going to heal herself, naturally. Shadow will follow with Shadow Blaze. So yeah.
Every little bit is coming in.
Poison. That does trigger the poison, thankfully. The restoration comes in, heals up. Shadow Blaze comes in, deals damage. Who are you going to target? You're going to target Skeleton, thankfully. Good. Exactly what I wanted. Okay. We are going to shield stance it up, so we're even more defensive. Manifestation. Witch is going to use... She has 2. But I think what we need the most is healing, so we're going to target a Sorcerer. Sorcerer comes in with a focus, and off. Alright. Shouldn't be that bad. Heal the Sorcerer, there we go. That'll make him pretty beef. Focus comes in, gets some serious recovery. Well, serious energy recovery, I should say. Skeleton is just going to be on defensive duty, I guess. Sorcerer will follow up with Scorch because we haven't triggered Scorch yet. Shadow comes in with Shadow Frost. The Witch will come in with Focus. And we'll see how we fare. Alright, Scorch, Poison, it's coming in. It's coming in quickly. Gotta love the damage, though. Gotta love it. Okay, Skeleton, we are going to use Defensive Strike to restore some shield. The Witch will follow up with... let's go with... we've already got Poison on, so we don't need another. Everybody's healed to full, so you know what? Witchfire sounds fine. That's going to deal arcane damage over time, so that's yet another damage bonus that's being added. Or tacked on, if you will.
Every little bit counts, in this case.
There we go. Witchfire. That's going to trigger even more damage on top of the damage that we're dealing, so...
It's added effects that will always help us.
Alright, I guess we'll see how things progress from henceforth. We're going to defend. The Sorcerer is going to not be using Poison. But we can use Frostfall. The Witch will follow up with Focus. The Shadow will follow up with Shadow Blast, which will deal a ton of arcane damage.
And big damage numbers. There we go.
I am worried about the Skeleton, but we can only do so much about him. I think it might be in our wise... It might be in our wisdom to actually give everybody some armor back. So we'll try do that. Restore defense for everybody. The Shadow will come in with Manifestation. Sorcerer comes in with Poison. And he's already dead, so that's good. Cool.
You got 100 gems. You found 1 lesser healing potion, a scrap of leather, and 720 experience. Huzzah!
Alright, we're left with 2 doors now. One leading up a floor. No, I would not like to go to the next level. I would like to continue to explore this entire area. Okay, we're left with a storeroom filled with stuff, so we'll save here. Save on file 4. And what do we got? We got wooden coins. Yeah, a lot of stuff. An acid flask. Damages HP and defense by 25%. It's pretty cool. 18 gems. A revive. Nice. 37 gems. We got a linen shirt. Gems. Jade. A mending potion. Cures physical ailments. 45 gems, amethyst. We hit the mother lode. Lesser healing potion and 84 gems. Nice. So we're getting a ton of consumables now, which is actually really nice. That does mean, though, that we're going to be running into a boss at some point, which is not fun, but that's just how the cookie crumbles, I suppose. Okay, nothing in here.
You open the chest. It's empty.
We'll save. 1 second.
Upon further inspection, you notice a button hidden underneath a false panel. Do you press it?
Yes.
You hear a rumble as the wall near you slides up.
That's why you always double check. Because otherwise, you won't be able to find this.
What's in here? You find one steel axe. A fine steel axe, rather.
Okay. Okay, well, we've already pressed it a bunch of times just to make sure. Alright, cool. So that was all that was there, but still. It's an item. It's an item. And that's just from just going that way. What's over here? Okay, so we got a door here. Oh, and a fight. Nice. We shall save, and we shall engage.
Alright, let's do this.
Ooh, 4 enemies. Ooh. This is gonna get interesting real quick. Good thing we have the Shadow, which is going to help do a lot of recovery. Okay, we're gonna start with a challenge. That way 3 physical users focus on the skeleton. The witch is going to use Black Locust? No. We will use Witch Fire, and we shall focus the Hedge Wizard. I think. Yeah, we focus the Hedge Wizard. The Shadow will come in with a Shadow Blizzard, attacking all enemies. The Sorcerer will come in with Poison to start with, I'd say, on the Hedge Wizard. No, you know what? Yeah, let's use Scorch first. I much prefer Scorch. Scorch is a good opener. It deals a lot of damage, reduces stats, and it also provides a side buff of damage, so it's not bad. Oh, Witchfire is a fire-based debuff. Oh. So that would explain things. Okay, you go down. Interesting. Okay, so Shadow immediately takes out 1 enemy. Nice. Scorch comes in, deals significant damage to the caster, as is what I expect. We do need an AoE heal, because I certainly love AoE heals. It's really strong and good. Alright, so we can raise defense temporarily on everybody, but there's no real need to do that when I'm the skeleton's targets. The Shadow will come in with Manifestation for big boosts. The Witch comes in with Black Locust to target the Hedge Wizard. Sorcerer, you come in with Poison. We're gonna hit the... Yeah, let's hit the Man-at-Arms. Why not? Just start debuffing everybody. Why not? Although, from the looks of it, both fires actually affected the wizard. So that might actually work in our favor. I'm wondering if I can stack status effects. Because if I can, then there we go. I probably can, but who knows, right? I guess I'll test out on the boss. I'll just double down on as many status effects as I can, and we'll see how things fare. Okay, Skeleton, we want you on defense duty. Shadow, we want you to do a Shadow Inferno. The Witch shall use the chance to get focus going. Sorcerer is going to use focus themselves. Hedge Wizard's gone. Perfect. Shadow Inferno comes in. Only 4 to 5 damage. Could be worse. Could be better. Alright. I guess we'll see how things play. Nice. Okay, so damage is coming in through quite easily. We can do a defensive strike to minimize stats, but I think I'm better off just using defend. Yeah, let's use defend. Sorcerer, we're going to Scorch the Dwarven Fighter. Shadow, we are going to focus. The Witch, on the other hand, is going to be dedicated to... Defense of the Shadow is fine. We can handle another hit or two, I think. Let's go with Blindness on the Man-at-Arms, because in the long term, he is going to be alive for longer than the Dwarven Fighter, so might as well. We'll make sure everybody's set, essentially. Okay, Curse of Blindness comes in. There we go. We are going to use Focus once more to get more energy back. We are going to use Challenge. The Shadow is going to use Shadow Blizzard on all enemies. Sorcerer is going to use Focus and recover his energy. Alright, Skeleton gets the Focus. Nice. And they seem to be focused on the Skeleton anyways, so it just adds to things, which is nice. Alright, Dwarven Fighter's gone. Now it's just the Man-at-Arms, which is more tanky than he is more offensive. Okay, Skeleton, we want you on defend duty. The Witch, we are going to actually restore defenses of everybody. Sorcerer, let us inflict poison. Shadow, we want you to manifest. There we go. Alright, defenses have been restored. Nice. That's going to help maintain the skeleton's defense, which is necessary for being beefed up. We should be good. Alright, so defensive strike will get him some defense back, but we shouldn't need that. Sorcerer, we use Frostfall here. The Witch, we shall use Black Locust to see if we can double down on the poison. Shadow, just use Shadow Blast. It's an arcane damage output, so might as well, right? Alright, Frostfall, 24, slow agility. Okay, that will potentially poison again. And I guess we see. Yep, there we go. Done. We got 116 gems, lesser healing potion, a black silken bag, a scrap of leather, and a basic wind rune, which gives us 4 agility. The skeleton reaches level 11, which gets refresh rune 2, which restores some of the party defenses. Nice. The Witch reaches level 11, which allows us to get focus, which increases magic for 1 turn and generates focus twice as much. And quick heal is increased to level 3 as well. Puppet's level 11, we're good. As for what we get a few items here. Find a button.
Inside the sack is a live snake.
It quickly slithers out and down the hallway to fill its own nefarious purposes. We found 19 gems, we find 16 gems and a scrap of iron. We find a hunter's bracelet.
This cabinet contains a stack of books. In particular, one on shape-shifting catches your eye. Flipping through the pages, the book opens to a page with a note stuck in it. The note reads, "To change shape is a difficult magic, exponentially more so when the mass of the creature you're changing into is different from your own. You pocket
sympathy. You found 1 amber, and for loot, we found Warrior's Chain Armor. 70 defense, 10 strength, and 30 HP. I don't think I need to say this, but Skeleton's gonna be beefed up because of this, so yeah. I much prefer the basic Midnight Rune here, but I could also get the basic Wind Rune, which would increase agility by 4 at the cost of 8 defense. You know what? At the cost of 8 defense, I think I can bear with 2 more agility. Because why not? We're trying to go with a block build with this whole warrior thing, so... Alright, we're gonna save here. Well, we don't need to save just yet. Sorcerer. How are you doing? We could do with a basic Midnight Rune, honestly, because we don't need strength that much. We just need to be defensive. Yeah. We're gonna rely more on agility here for our caster as well. We can go about replacing the accessory, though, with something else. We're going to get the iron bracelet, I think. Or do we? Yeah, we're going to go with the iron bracelet, and we're also going to equip the hunter's bracelet. So that way the sorcerer is more agile, rather than, yeah. That way the sorcerer is going to be surviving much longer. We're also going to equip the witch, let's see. Or we're gonna try to equip the witch, or witch anyways. Okay, basic tough rune, yep, that's fine. How about the shadow? How are you doing? Alright, so leather helmet. We can give you the leather cape if you want, double down. We could also give you the warrior's bracelet if we want, but there's no real reason to. Alright. That should be it. Alright, nothing there. And we're getting pieces and various quest items.
As you walk, you suddenly hear a faraway voice cry out.
Ah! A snake!
Followed by the faint sound of a scuffle.
Alright, let's check it out. Let's see what we find. Okay, so there's a chest there. I assume it must have been from this guard over here, I would assume. But, yeah. Oh well, it just means that, we got a snake and they helped us out a little bit.
Let's go to the next level.
We'll just revel in the fact that fighting happened. Yep, I had a feeling this was going to be it, so... Okay. File 8. That's going to be our save. You know what, before we do, let's actually go rest. You know what? Never mind. It's fine. We'll just face it. We'll face it with, Well, actually, hold on. Yeah, no, we gotta fight this. YOLO. Let's do this.
Waiting for you on the platform is an absolute mountain of a man. I'm glad you can make it. I was getting bored. I heard you had trouble being that knight whose guards lowest block. If you had that much trouble with him, I predict I'll be able to end you in 2 turns. Nobody could even remember his name. And you think you have a chance against Gilgex the Decimator?
Yeah, I do. Alright. So we're gonna start with raising defense of everybody on our group. The sorcerer is going to inflict poison on Gilgamesh. The Shadow is going to manifest. And the Witch will start with a Curse of Blindness. I think we need that. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay, just straight up kill the Witch, I guess. Well, that's annoying. Okay, Poison. Shadow is gonna manifest. Alright. We're going to use an item to revive the Witch. Obviously. The Sorcerer is going to use... I think we need to use Soul Shield here. Yeah, let's just be safe and use Soul Shield. The Shadow is going to use... Shadow Backlash, actually, to deal some significant damage. Jeez! Stop attacking my allies, jeez. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, Sorcerer is shielded. Shadow comes in with Shadow Backlash for 81 damage. Alright, Skeleton come in with the challenge, because obviously we're going to need it, clearly. We are going to heal the Sorcerer. Sorcerer, we want you to focus. Shadow, we want you to focus. And thankfully the block was really needed there. Okay. Now we're in somewhat of a level situation. But still, it doesn't change the fact that it was painful. Oh, that's cringe. Oh, that's painfully cringe. Hopefully the evasion of the skeleton really helps us here. Okay, we're using shield stance here. Sorcerer. Alright, we're gonna use Inner Fire. The Witch, we want you to use... No, not that. We want you to actually use Curse of Blindness on Gilgex. Shadow, we need you to... use... what? Currently have 6 energy, so we're going to use... Let's use Shadow Blaze to start with. Okay, that's some serious damage to the skeleton, but all the same, understandably so. Shield Stance is going to increase our chance of blocking. Alright, Sorcerer gets the heal. The Curse of Blindness triggers. That is going to make him less accurate. Hopefully that just means the skeleton's going to get even more damage output going. Alright. We're going to use Defender to raise everybody's defenses. The Witch is going to focus. Sorcerer, we're going to have you poison. Alright, Shadow, we are going to manifest. We need to deal as much ailments as possible to this guy, because clearly that's the best way to go. Thankfully, evasion's really helping here, though. Oof. Alright, poison. Alright, manifestation. Okay, skeleton. Let's use the refresh rune to heal everybody's armor, including himself. We can restore the defense for the whole party. We're going to Witch Fire it up against Gilgex, I think. Alright, Sorcerer, we're going to use Focus. Shadow, we're going to use Shadow... well, actually, no. Shadow Backlash deals a lot of damage, so we're going to go that. Wide Shot comes in, he's going to hit everybody for insane amounts of damage, which is stupid. My god, he's actually KOing us. Okay, we need to use another... I think we can use an Acid Flask here, can't we? Damages HP and defense by 25%. Starting off in a fight, that's actually really good. But we don't have anything else, so we're just gonna go Witch here. Sorcerer, we want you to Scorch here. Okay, the skeleton's in big pain. I don't think we're gonna be able to make it, though. going by our luck. Still, poison's still something. Challenge, sorcerer, poison, witch, witch fire. Every little bit counts. Oh god, focus chop's coming in, kills the skeleton. Poison comes in, it hits Gilgamesh. Witchfire comes in, deals a ton of damage. Okay. Frostfall, I guess. And the witch comes in with Black Locust. Just deal as much as I can do. Okay, there goes the witch. Alright. Okay, minus 10 agility, slow. Well, we're gonna probably lose. Oh, thankfully he missed. Okay. Apparently that's working. Okay, 76 damage. Okay, we can do a soul shield to help, but yeah, no, it's over. Thankfully I saved before I fought, like, jeez. Okay, do I think I can handle this? I think I can. It was just bad RNG, I'd say. Alright, let's do this again. Okay. We're gonna start with challenge, because that clearly the defense to all didn't work. The sorcerer is going to poison, which is actually a really good idea. The witch is going to curse of blindness to man, if we get lucky, and the shadow is going to manifest. Okay, he attacks the witch, nearly kills her. Thankfully not this time round. But still, pain. Okay, curse of blindness triggers, that's going to blind him. That'll make him a lot less likely to deal damage to us. Okay, the skeleton is going to use shield stance to minimize the chances of being hit. Okay, we are going to use shadow backlash here. Sorcerer is going to use scorch. And the witch, because she's in such dire straits, is just going to use focus and try and heal herself. Wide chop basically just prevents that from happening, though. God! He's so annoying. God, this is such a difficult fight. Then again, I'm on the hardest difficulty, so it makes sense. Alright, well, I mean, we're gonna lose anyways, because I'm not confident I can salvage this. Okay, we're gonna use a restoration crystal all the same. Use it on the witch here. Alright, well, of course he's just gonna ignore that then. Oh god. Alright, and then there's the skeleton, so yeah. Well, throw it on the witch, I guess, or try to. Yeah, no, this is horrible. Okay, the witch comes in with Black Locust. And of course White Chop comes in. And he's killed everybody. Or at least everybody but the skeleton. Huh. Well, great. Okay, well. Done. 545 damage. Holy. Just casually 545. That's an Is there no other way I can actually beef myself up? I think I'm gonna have to back up. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to back up. I don't have the means to actually challenge him right now. It's very clear that I'd love to, but I mean, I really can't do anything about it if he's throwing out attacks like that. Like, holy. Okay, let's get going. I wish there was a way... Well, Is there a way? Menu or escape. Okay, that's not going to do it. There's no fast way of traveling back to any blocks, huh? So we're going to have to leave the normal way, huh? Oh well. Okay, I think I've already... Yeah, I've looted this, so no need to go through that. Although we did get a soul, so maybe I could use that to my advantage and level up in the level 2 dungeon. Just before I go off to fight the dude there. That might be my way forward, actually. Okay, we go around here. Alright, well, off we go, I guess. To here, and here. I think this is the exit. Yep, there he is. Alright, we need to go to the sanctuary. And let's see, we need to go to the merchant and sell some stuff. Alright, let's sell some of our weapons. Okay, we don't need the... Okay, do we need these? No. We'll sell that. We'll sell the axe. Okay. We don't need any of these, so we're just gonna sell it. Okay, iron staff can go as well, as is the iron longsword. There you go. Scale armor, breastplate, robes, and full plate armor. I guess we could try and get to wear some of those, but I don't think we're gonna get it. Accessories, we've got a warrior's bracelet, apparently. Yeah, no, we got the warrior's bracelet. We don't need the warrior's bracelet, so we'll sell that. We don't need the leather helmet anymore, nor the leather boots. Okay. We don't need the basic strong rune, as far as I'm aware, so we'll sell one. We'll keep all of our consumables, because you never know when that's going to help, so... Okay. Sell all these treasures that we don't need, because all the gems are going to be useful anyways. And at least we're getting a lot of money out of this, so that's nice. Okay, buttons, we'll sell all the same. Okay, toy drum, black silk bags, sell those, and a tongue. Done. We do have a small wooden idol, but that is a quest item, so we're going to keep that. Let's see, do you have anything that worth keep grabbing? It doesn't look like it. Armors, yep. You got the shoddy versions. Accessories too, yep, nope. How about shields? You got a dented buckler, but that's about it. How about usables? We could get some more restoration crystals. We are in, we'll grab 3. Well, we'll grab 2 more, because you never know when restoration crystals will be nice. Energy potions. We shouldn't need those, to be honest, so we'll go back. Alright, we should be able to upgrade our units, though, if we go to the skill trainer. Alright, we're gonna start with the skeleton. Let's see. The thing we are currently suffering from is physical damage that's being the problem here. So we got 2 choices. We can either increase our chance to parry attacks, or we can increase our defenses. either option would work in the long run. And it says it increases defense by 5 per level, so it's going to... This is going to increase a lot. If we get this, it's going to cost us 4 gems. Current level is 1. So let's go back. Let's see how the witch and sorcerers are doing. Let's see. Defensive training 1, 200 gems. Let's buy it. Yeah, let's get the basics of defenses. How about that? Yeah. Okay, and the sorcerer is also going to get it. So defensive training, buy, there we go. That is going to give everybody a boost to their defense stats, so that's going to be nice. I think we're also going to beef it up once more, because having defensive training 2 is just going to mean we're going to live longer. The Shadow is also going to have that. Yep, as is the Witch and the Skeleton. So, Witch gets it, there we go. And the Skeleton. Okay, there we go. Now everybody should have a defensive boost, so that's going to be nice. Advanced weapon training. Gives a passive damage bonus to melee attacks and skills of 3 per level. Requires weapon training level 10. Interesting. Parry chance. Increases block by 2.5 per level. It is currently 2, so this would increase it to 5. Okay, let's give 5 block to the Skeleton. We are going to increase the block of the Witch as well, considering the situation there. We are also going to give the parry chance to the Wizard, because having a parry would be nice. Alright. We're gonna go to the strange old house, and yeah.
I found one of your lost souls. He pulls the soul out of the gem and hurls it into the fire. Thank you for bringing back the soul. I will now unlock a new level of the catacombs. Good luck.
Alright. We're going to use Catacombs level 2 to train, because obviously we kinda need it. So we're going to save here at file 9, and we're going to take advantage of every little bit we can. Because obviously we need to get stronger. Oh, hello.
In this room you find an unsettling, hunched-over figure.
I find a lot of spare parts around here. Maybe you be needing some spare parts too. Why don't you look at what I found?
Okay. What do you got? Oh, I see. So you handle the imbuement of the puppets. I see. So basically, if you're looking for a specific type of puppets, you can go about using this guy as a means to getting your stuff, if you wish. I guess that's how we'll get a stronger puppet, if you really want to think about it. So I guess that is an option. I don't think we'll need it, though, to be honest, because we're kind of busy with our own thing here. Okay, that's the exit, but we're going to hold off. I want to use this chance to explore and get new stuff after all, so... Let's see.
Let us see what we find.
Oh, there we go. Fight. It seems that our defenses have increased, so that's good on our end. I just hope that's going to last. Alright, we're gonna start with a challenge. We're gonna get the Sorcerer here. We're going to use... We're gonna start with Poison on the Hedge Wizard. The Shadow is going to use Manifestation. And the Witch will follow up with... I guess we will have them focus on Black Locust. We might as well just poison the heck out of the wizard. At the very least, we can minimize damage to our own bodies as a result. My hope is that we can definitely defeat that guy soon, though. But we'll have to see. It is a big hurdle that we're going to have to overtake after all. Okay, Big Flame comes in. They're dealing 12 damage at high. Yeesh. We are going to raise defense of everybody temporarily. The Sorcerer is going to Scorch the Hedge Wizard. The Witch is going to... do I quick heal? No, let's actually focus. So that way we can increase the quality of our heals. We are then going to do... let's use a Shadow... No, not a Shadow Inferno. Let's use a Shadow Blizzard. Why not? We're buffed up already, so might as well. Okay, big defenses. That should help protect the, everybody. Scorch comes in, Focus comes in, Shadow releases a ton of damage. So yeah. Okay, yeah, no, the Skeleton's really beefing up, dealing a lot of damage here, so that's good. 23, 26, yep. Worried about the right side, but probably avoided. Alright, Sorcerer, Focus. Skeleton. Shield Stance. Shadow, Focus, and Witch, we want you to heal yourself. Because otherwise you're gonna perish. We do not want that. Alright, Shield Stance has been committed. Focus comes in. Alright, that's some damage, but that's fine. Heal comes in. Nice. Hero Heal comes in. He's healing for 14, but it's not gonna save him from a death. Okay, Witch, we are going to... Honestly, let's use Curse of Blindness on one of the fighters. Yeah, let's Curse Fighter B. We'll use the Skeleton. And we will... defend. The Sorcerer will come in with Frostfall on the Hedge Wizard. And the Shadow will come collapsing in with Shadow Inferno on all enemies. At the very least, I know for a fact that we're going to need some defenses against the elements to some extent, but that is secondary next to what we're currently dealing with. There we go. Ow. Okay, so Sorcerer takes a bit of a blunt. That's fine. We challenge. The Witch will go in with Black Locust and poison the fighter. The Sorcerer will go in and do the same. And just double down on the poison. We then manifest and just go from there. I just hope that's gonna be fine. Okay, poison, poison. There we go. That's a lot of damage. Okay, interesting. Skeleton's getting some really dangerous levels of damage in. Okay, Skeleton, we want you to refresh rune here. Sorcerer, Focus, Shadow. We want you to Shadow Blizzard here. The Witch is going to use Focus, so that way she can go and restore defenses next turn. Because that's clearly what's going to be needed to be done. Or at the very least, that's going to be what I believe needs to be done. Because otherwise, the Skeleton's just going to perish at this rate. Defense is a key attribute here, after all. Yep, evade, 16, miss. Okay. Scorch Fighter A. Skeleton is going to defend. Witch, we want you to restore defense of all allies. And Shadow, focus. Here we go. 30 damage, Scorch, not bad. Restore defense across the board, 20, which is nice. That'll save us some trouble in the future, I assume. Okay, we take some damage there, that's fine. Alright, we'll use Defender to increase the defense of all allies. We are going to use Focus here. The Witch is going to use Curse of Blindness on Fighter B. And the Shadow will follow in with an Shadow Storm. Why not? We're doing all the AoE after all, so might as well, right? Okay. Alright, blinds enemies. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. Shadow Storm. Deal some serious damage to everybody. Well, to a degree. Skeleton's getting a brunt beat out of him. That's fine. We'll use a Refresh Rune here. Sorcerer. We'll use Frostfall on Fighter A. Witch. Black Locust on B, just so we're divvying up damage. Manifest. Okay. We're really pushing it, though. Oof. We're pushing the agenda, but it needs to be done. Oh god, damage is increasing. Yeesh. Okay, Defend, Witch, Focus, Sorcerer, Poison the Fighter, Shadow, Shadow Inferno, all enemies. Man, this is a lot of damage we have to get through. Shadow Inferno comes clashing in. Nice. Not a fan of the damage that's being inflicted, jeez. Alright, Skeleton. Challenge. Sorcerer. Scorch. Witch. Witchfire B. Alright, there we go. Okay, so it's not all that bad. And Shadow. Focus. Okay. At least the focus is now being brought on him, which is going to stack up some serious fire damage, I assume. Alright, focus comes in, and what's going to happen next? You're going to hit the Witch. Thankfully, she hasn't perished. Okay, Refresh Rune, all allies. The Witch is going to immediately heal herself. Goodness knows she needs it. Gonna focus with the Sorcerer. We are going to Shadow Blaze the fighter. Alright, defenses have been restored. Witch is being healed herself. 73, that's fine. Sorcerer's focused. Alright. Let's hope this lasts, I guess. Okay. We shall defend. Sorcerer shall scorch. The Witch shall quick heal herself. And the Shadow will manifest. Okay, cool. Definitely gonna need to build up our strength, though. That's for sure. Okay, Skeleton's taking a beating. Hopefully I can recover his stuff before things go awry. Okay, we are going to go Shield Stance to minimize the chances of getting hit. Poison. Alright, Witch throws in a quick heal on the Sorcerer, I suppose. The Shadow shall use Shadow Frost? No, Shadow Backlash. at this. Yeah, 24 damage. Yep, there we go.
We got 140 gems, 1 amber, 1 leather boots, 1 basic wisdom rune, and 1 scale armor. Sorcerer's reached level 11, which gives us a level 3 black bolt. Shadow has reached level 11, which gives Shadow Blaze level 3. We also get Shadow Storm at level 2. Alright, cool. I don't see any loot that came with it, so yeah. Oh, great. Who are you? Okay, this is concerning. Alright, looks like we got a bigger fight here, huh? Should have saved before I moved. Alright, we're gonna start with challenge. Sorcerer is gonna... We're gonna start with poison. Dead level 5 dwarven fighter. Oh, pain. Okay. That dwarven fighter is probably gonna give us hell. So we're gonna deal with the dwarven fighter. Alright, we are going to throw down a Shadow Inferno. And hope that's enough. Okay, poison triggers. There we go. Curse of Blindness to weaken that guy. Because I feel like he's going to be pain. Yep, 22 defense per hit. Oh god. That's not fun. And he doesn't take damage from fire. Oh dear. Pain. Okay, Scorch. Alright, Skeleton, we're going to use the Shield Stance to minimize damage, Witch, Focus, so you can get some serious heals out. We are going to Manifest, and we should be able to get a backlash of significant power against that dwarf once we focus him down. At least that's the hope. So I guess we'll see how things fare. Alright. Okay, evading, perfect. Alright, skills. We are going to use a refresh rune to recover our defenses. We're gonna focus. The Witch is going to throw down a restore defense on all allies, I think. And the Shadow is going to throw down a Shadow Blizzard. Naturally. Okay. Skeleton's gotten some defenses back, that should help. Alright, and Shadow Blizzard comes in with big damage. Boom. He is still not suffering elemental damage from the Shadow, which is concerning me significantly. Okay, remove this. Okay, no, that's not gonna help us. We're gonna defend here. Witch, we want you to use Black Locust on a dead dwarf. Shadow, we want you to... Honestly, let's Shadow Backlash here. I think the extra damage is necessary. We want to Frostfall this boy. There we go. Even more damage. Okay, the poison's gone. It's over. Backlash for 45. Frostfall comes in. Hits him for a 10, minus 2 agility and slow. Still better than nothing. Shadow's suffering now, though, which is not good. Okay, Skeleton, we want to challenge. Sorcerer, we're going to poison the dead dwarf. The Witch, we want on focus duty. Shadow, focus. There we go. Let's just hope everybody else outlasts before things go awry. I'm probably going to have to rely on a revive here for the Shadow, though, at this rate. Nope. Thankfully, the Skeleton's taken a brunt there. Witch takes a hit. Shadow takes a hit, but it's not that bad. Okay. Okay, focus. Skeleton, we want you to
refresh rune. Alright, Witch, we are going to Witch Fire the... well, no. We want you to heal the Shadow, because he's looking a bit worse for wear. Shadow, we want you to Shadow Inferno all enemies. And hopefully we deal more damage than just nothing. We'll have to see, we'll have to see. Okay, that gets a 61, that's not bad. Shadow Inferno comes in. Do some damage. Okay, you're doing damage to the sides, not the front. Okay. So Shadow is useless against this dead dwarf currently. I need more magical power. And damage, clearly. Okay, so yeah. I'm gonna have to build with some offense in mind in the future. Witch comes in with Witch Fire. She's going to use that on the dead dwarf. I'm fine with the Sorcerer not getting any damage in, so that's fine. Okay, 27. Still no fire, but Witch Fire should get Witch Fire. Yes. No damage, but still he'll take the damage over time, which is most important. So, there we go. Okay, he is suffering significantly, but thankfully defense is coming in clutch. Okay, we are going to use Shield Stance to minimize damage. Sorcerer, we want you to focus. The Witch, we are going to use Quick Heal to heal the Sorcerer, just in case. Shadow, I guess Shadow Blizzard to target everybody. Yeah, we're really pushing the limits there of our stats here. Really pushing it. Okay. The sides should be done. Oh, we've managed to actually get through to dealing damage to him, so that's good. I'd say that's merit in of its own. Okay, the skeleton, we need a refresh rune going. Alright, Sorcerer is going to use... let us use Frostfall. The Witch is going to focus. And the Shadow is going to focus. Alright, everybody's defenses increase. Nice. Frostfall comes in. Deals significant damage. Focus comes in. And what's gonna happen? Okay, Shadow takes some damage, so that's fine. He gets focused, and what else is gonna happen? Oh, double swing. Okay, deals significant damage to the skeleton. That's not fun. Okay, skeleton. We're gonna use defend on you. The Sorcerer is gonna throw in poison on the Dwarven Fighter. The Witch is going to heal the skeleton. And the Shadow shall use... let's use Shadow Storm. There we go, finally. Okay. That's fine by me. As long as he's gone, it's honestly easy. It could be way worse. Okay. Arcane damage to all enemies. That clears up some, I would imagine. Skeleton, we are going to use Challenge. Sorcerer, we're going to use Scorch. Alright, Witch, you're on full heal duty, so heal the Sorcerer now. Shadow. Manifest. There we go. Okay, the only other one is there, and he's going to not be that big a problem. We'll have to see. Okay, fire. 39 for Scorch, and he's gone. Okay, we didn't get a heal in, but we managed to get quite well. We got 154 gems, a basic tough body, strong head, strong body, and 675 experience. Let us save before we forget. On file 10, there we go. And for our troubles, we get...
You can feel some of your power returning. You may summon one of your former thralls to aid in your escape. Choose wisely.
They will function as your party for the rest of your adventures here. Alright. So we have a few choices ahead of us. We can go for literally anything here. Let's see. Defends the party from magical attacks. Cultist is a defensive healer. The Imp is a mix of magical attacks and effects. Ghost is a Ghost bolsters the party and cripples the enemy. Vampire is a life-draining healer. Minotaur is berserker. I think I want a Ghost. The Ghost is a terrifying specter from beyond a grave. Uses dirges to weaken the enemy and songs to bolster the party. The Ghost's speciality is status effects. While not directly damaging, the Ghost's skills can be devastating to the enemy party, in addition to having some of the strongest buffs in the game. Example skills: Chains the Dead, paralyzes the enemy party. Dirge of Frailty, lowers the enemy's party's resistance to physical attacks. Can equip chains and 2 accessories. Yes, I'd like to summon the Ghost. The Ghost has been summoned. Use him well. Don't forget to equip your new ally. And I guess we can leave here if we want, which we can. And we've completed the 2nd level of the Reaper Dungeon. Honestly, what I'm probably going to continue doing is I'm actually going to go back in there and fight again to see if I can get more combat out. So let's take me to the Catacombs again. We're going to Catacombs level 2 again, and we're going to milk this as much as we possibly can. Because strength is obviously going to be required if we want to, you know, deal with this group. Or deal with the future, I should say. Alright. We're gonna start with challenge. Seems like we got a bunch of physical units here. Okay, we've got a level 10 cleric. Oh god, we're gonna immediately make him less accurate. Okay, so we are going to focus on the side units before we focus on the main unit, I think. So we're going to start with the Dwarven Fighter. The Shadow, we're going to do... We're actually going to manifest? No, let's not. Let's go... Yeah, let's use Shadow Blaze here. Why not? I might be able to deal more damage this way with using the Shadow Blaze's effects specifically. Okay, Blind 1, perfect. Scorch. That will help us deal with him. Okay, Shadow Blaze comes in. 118 damage. Oh god, yeah, so me using Shadow Blaze is actually way better. Oh god, damage. Okay, so the Cleric's pretty nasty, but not that bad. We use Shield Stance, Sorcerer. Shall use Poison on the Cleric. Shadow will use Manifestation. The Witch shall use Witchfire on the Cleric, and we're just gonna put status effects on him before we focus on the Man-at-Arms, I think. Basically, we want to debuff. We want to basically add as much chances to hit him with effects that deal damage. Every bit matters. Okay, Witch, we are going to use Black Locusts on the Cleric. Sorcerer, we are going to... We're going to Scorch the Man-at-Arms now that he's on fire. Skeleton, we are going to use a Refresh Rune to give everybody a defensive boon. Alright. And from there, we shall... Let's use Shadow Blast. Arcane damage, wide range, but with high damage potential. Might as well, right? Okay, we did get Black Locust to trigger, unfortunately, but that's fine. We get Scorch off, though. cool. Shadow Blast comes in, hits him for 54 damage. Not bad. It's a single target for the Shadow, but still powerful. Which is going to be a lot better in the long run, I think. We are going to defend here. Skeleton, alright, Sorcerer, we focus. We then focus with the Witch, because energy is low. We are going to Shadow Backlash the Cleric, because he's the strongest. So naturally, we want to give him the nastiest hits. Okay, Divine Power 2 increases strength. That's not good. Long term, he's just going to be dealing even more damage. Okay. Okay, let's see. What can we do here? We are going to Scorch the Man-at-Arms. We basically want to get rid of him first, because one enemy is better than multiple, right? Okay, the Witch is going to Curse of Blindness the Cleric again. Shadow, Focus. Yeah, we basically do as we do. The normal stuff, as it were. Okay, there goes the Man-at-Arms, which is pretty nice. Got the challenge going in. Alright, cool. Guess we'll see how things fare. Ow! That's a pain for a witch, but that's fine. She can heal herself, I suppose. So it could be worse. Alright, we are going to Shield Stance again. Sorcerer. Try for a poison. The witch is going to do a quick heal on herself. That way she doesn't expend too much energy. And we are going to use Shadow Blaze, which is level 3. I think the next thing we want to do is increase our damage threshold, I'd say, for Sorcerer, Witch, and Shadow. Or at the very least make our effects more likely to proc. One of the two should work in our favor. And deal a lot of damage, I would imagine. Okay, Skeleton. We can get away with a Refresh Rune to recover all allies' defenses. A Witch. The Witch will use... Let's use Poison. Or Black Locust, I should say. We will then use Black Bolt, I guess. There we go. Shadow comes in. Manifests. Alright. Defense recovers. Black Locust triggers. Does it proc? It does not. Black Bolt comes in. 9 damage. Not great, but it'll do. Okay. We can either raise defense temporarily, or we can just defend. I'll just defend. Alright, Sorcerer, we are going to focus. The Witch is going to be using... I think we focus here, actually, just so we have the benefit. As for Shadow, we just use Shadow Frost and we should be good. Alright. Making some real good headway, though. Real good headway. Alright, 26 damage. Not bad. Not bad at all. God, this still is a dangerous foe, though, I must admit. Okay. We are going to Scorch the Cleric. The Witch is going to Witchfire him. The Shadow is going to Shadow Backlash. And there we go. Okay. Big damage. Big damage coming in. Alright, 27. That doesn't trigger. Witchfire should trigger. Yep, there we go. Heal level 2. Oh god. Are you kidding? 130? Good thing that 74 came in. Jeez. That is pain. Alright, Curse of Blindness, I guess. Sorcerer comes in with Focus. Shadow comes in with Manifestation. I'm just lucky I was able to deal a lot of damage, and the debuffs are really weighing into him. He's only now just healing. Jeez. That's scary to think about, that he's healing so much. Oh god, he's doing it again. And he's healed for 168 this time. Jesus. God, I hope this isn't going to be a common theme that we have to deal with. Oh, jeez. Okay, Phantom Grasp. Let's start weighing into him like crazy. Alright, what can we do here? I guess Refresh Rune here. Give everybody some recovery. Or mainly, the skeleton himself. We are gonna Frostfall the Cleric here. Shadow is gonna come in with Shadow Blaze. Okay, no damage, but that's fine. Okay. Frostfall. Freeze is reducing agility. It's slow, but... Oh god. Strength up 2. Pain. Okay. Okay, we're going to raise the defense of all allies temporarily. We're going to use Poison. Gonna go to Shadow, go Focus. The Witch is going to use Focus herself. Okay. This is only going to get worse the more he buffs. Okay, the Poison triggers, thankfully. Okay. Just gotta hope the damage over time is gonna take him out eventually. The longer the better. Okay, we'll Scorch here. Skeleton is going to use Refresh Rune. The Witch is going to use Curse of Blindness. Okay, that's 42, okay. We're gonna use Shadow Blast here. Hope that's enough. Alright, Fire Blast hits, 27. Refresh Rune hits, get some restoration there. Curse of Blindness triggers, there we go. And he's healing again. Oh god. Well, at least the damage for the heals wasn't that much, so that's good. Okay. Defend. The Witch is going to use... Yeah, we're just gonna spam we're gonna get as much debuffs on this guy as possible. The energy hasn't recovered, jeez. Okay. We don't have anything that'll help here, so we'll just defend. I do think that using the flask is going to be necessary against the boss, I think. That's why it was given to us in the first place, to minimize the damage the enemy was going to deal to us. Or at least that's what I think was going to be the case. Okay, so he's still suffering like crazy, okay. We'll challenge here. Sorcerer is going to Scorch. Shadow is going to Manifest. And Witch, we want you to Focus. Get as much energy as you can to deal with him. Okay. 28, Scorch, minus 3 agility. Pretty good. He is slowly suffering even more stat debuffs. Which is only going to make our hits even stronger, I think. Okay, Refresh Rune will give everybody recovery. The Witch will use Witchfire. The Sorcerer is going to use Poison. And the Shadow is going to use Shadow Blaze. And continue to pelt this man for as much damage as we can. Does Witchfire trigger again? It does. Does Poison trigger? It does not, but Shadow Blaze should deal a lot. 73. And of course he heals again. God. This man's gonna be really annoying at this rate. Okay, well, I guess Black Bolt the guy. Every little bit counts, I guess, doesn't it? Man, this is gonna get boring real quick. Okay, poison. Yeah, he's starting. Yeah, we're starting to stack up things. We're gonna Shadow Backlash this guy to counteract his little heal that he did. So that way, or at least try to, anyways. And of course, he bloody heals again. Oh my god, stop! He's going to hit like a freight train at this rate. Like, seriously. You know what? Let's just abandon defense with Skeleton. It's clear that this guy is just not going to do anything to stop us at this point, so... Let's just make sure that the Cleric's just going to have a hellish life with attacks. Alright, focus. This is going to get really annoying. This is a boss in of itself, just a spam healer. The fact he can spam heal is stupid. Oh, this is cringe. Okay. We can... Yeah, I think just Scorch level 2 is just honestly the best way to go. The Skeleton... Okay, Shadow, we're going to use... Shadow Frost? Yeah, Shadow Frost. Pain. Pain, pain, pain. 29 damage, Attack, that'll deal with 8 defense. Continuing to heal himself to full at this rate. It's pain. Okay, so he's immune to frost damage, basically, from what I've basically garnered here. Yeah, no, let's just keep attacking the guy. Sorcerer, Focus, Witch. Let's see. Phantom Grasp is not going to do anything. So honestly, just attack. Alright, Shadow, we are going to manifest. God. You know it's bad when I'm starting to attack normally, of all things, jeez. This dude's painfully annoying. Okay, yeah, no, he's just strengthening up again. Great. He's not even, like, attacking, which is the problem. I'll just challenge. The Sorcerer will use Frostfall here. Witch will use Black Locust to poison. Shadow, we want you to Shadow Blaze, naturally. Okay, well at least he's hitting, but his hits are haven't changed is the thing. Like, holy. It's a good thing I removed all opposition, but geez, this is painful. Power Strike lets us... Let's bait to attack the Skeleton. Okay, we're going to... Well, Poison's not going to do it, so we're just going to focus. Shadow, we want you to focus. There we go. Finally! Holy! That took way too long for 787 experience. Alright, 133 gems, scrap of leather, and 787 experience, like I've said. We are not doing that again, so we're just going to save. And we're going to save here. Alright, let's go talk with you. Alright, let's sell some stuff. Actually, before we do... let me see what gear we've got. Hold on. Equipment. Let's see. The witch has robes. Yeah, we've basically got most things that we want, don't we? Alright, let's sell some stuff. Alright, starting with the armor. Don't need these. Okay, there we go. Don't need leather boots. Don't need the basic strong head. Don't need the tough body or the strong body. Do I need the wisdom rune? I will keep it just in case. Alright, treasure. We will sell the amber and the scrap of leather. That's money in the pocket. Usables we'll leave alone. But we're definitely going to need to up our damage, I think, for when we leave here. Alright. Oh, lovely. Okay, this fight should be easier to handle. And it's probably going to be the last fight, depending on how long it takes. Alright, so we're going to start with Scorch. We're going to focus on the Hedge Wizard, obviously. Alright, Skeleton, we want you to focus on Challenge. The Witch is going to focus on... We shall use Black Locust on the Hedge Wizard, so that way poison actually inflicts, which is even more damage. The Shadow will focus on Manifestation, which will increase his damage output, and allow for a very powerful AoE. In regards to evolutions, I think what we need to do is we're definitely going to need to increase the damage that the Sorcerer and the Shadow inflict by increasing their magic output. As well as probably the Witch, because obviously with her being beefed up, it's just beneficial. We could also do with some elemental resistance, but that's just a side thing more than anything. We are going to use a shield stance here. Sorcerer is going to... Oh, nothing actually hit the Hedge Wizard. Let's poison that guy. The Witch, let's use Witch Fire on him. There we go. Shadow. We are going to use Shadow Blast, which is a... well, no, not Shadow Blast. Shadow Storm, why not? All enemies, arcane damage. That should help. Alright, Poison, that's triggered. Nice. Witch Fire, has that triggered? It has. Perfect. That's going to deal a ton of damage there. Shadow Storm's going to hit. 14 damage, not bad. That gets rid of one enemy. Leaves up two others. So there we go. Alright. With that, we shall use a Refresh Rune that will recover everybody's defenses. Sorcerer will focus. Witch shall Curse of Blindness the fighter. The Shadow will come in with Focus. There we go. And I guess we'll see how things fare. This seems like this is an infinitely easier fight than what we had to face before, so I can chill with this. I can chill with this. Alright. Okay, with that, the Skeleton we want to leave on defend duty. We'll get the Sorcerer to Scorch the Hedge Wizard here. Shadow will come in with a... You know what? Let's go for a Shadow Blaze. We're gonna hit the fighter with the Shadow Blaze, why not? As for the Witch, we shall focus. Boom. And everybody's going to target the fighter now. There we go. After big damage. Hey, 72. That's a lot of damage. Nice. Okay, Sorcerer's getting targeted. That's not good. But we can easily just throw down another challenge. We can focus. We can get the Witch to do a quick heal on the Sorcerer. And the Shadow will manifest.
And deal damage.
As we should. Alright. Quick heal's been done, nice. Shadow's getting hit, that's not good. Okay, here we go. We are going to refresh room here, give everybody recovery. Shadow is going to do a Shadow Frost. Sorcerer will fall in and use a... Well, do we want to use Frostfall? No. Let's use Poison here. We'll use the Witch to inflict... let's inflict Witch Fire, why not? I'm feeling, well no, actually no. We need to use a quick heal here. Heal up the Shadow. Every little bit of recovery matters, after all, so it doesn't matter. Right, big damage, 64. Poison hit triggers. I think, yes it does. Quick heal comes in. There we go. He goes to attack the skeleton, completely misses, and off we go. Alright, the skeleton's actually going to attack at this point. The Sorcerer is simply just going to Frostfall here. Decimate the enemy. We will get the Witch to use Curse of Blindness to make the fighter weaker. And from there, we focus. And the damage will do the rest, I imagine. Okay, 18, slow, less accuracy, Curse of Blindness. He is having one hell of a time. Shouldn't be too hard to take him out, though, in the end. Okay, we are going to use... refresh room? No, not really. Can't use challenge yet, so we're just gonna use a... Let's use shield stance, there we go. Sorcerer, focus. The Shadow will throw in a Shadow Blast, which is arcane damage, but still damage. And there's poison, there's fire. Let's use Witchfire because it's arcane damage over time, not fire damage. So that is another proc, basically. Alright, there we go. That's even more damage. 39, and he's gone. Done. Nice. Alright. 3 wooden coins, a leather helmet, 720 experience. That gets us to level 12 with Power Strike 3. Let us save here. I think I can keep going for a little while longer, but I do have things I need to do. I basically just want to leave, I think, here. We're gonna try and leave. Alright, let's leave. Let's get some buffs real quick, because from what I've seen of those fights, the thing that we're lacking the most right now is honestly just damage. So we're gonna focus on damage on the Shadow here to start with. Okay, we want to increase our damage to this. Okay, Shadows increase their damage output. We are going to increase the power of the Sorcerer here by increasing his magic. There we go. Can I increase it? I can increase it to 15 if I wanted to. Okay, let's go back to the Witch because she could use a magic up. There we go. Alright. we're gonna go to the merchant here and sell some stuff that we don't need. Alright, we don't need the leather helmet. Do we need the wisdom rune? Not really. The wisdom rune would add 2 magic and 4 HP, but the HP and magic is honestly subpar. I'll keep it for now. Okay, treasure, we got wooden coin. That is money, I suppose, so we'll grab that. Keep the small wooden idol, you never know. Alright. Let's go talk around. Sometimes when the gods get bored, they play some kind of weird game with a snake.
The overseers are blocked too.
Okay. Okay, because he'll chop you in tenths. Didn't seem too impressive to me, though. Maybe you should try having a bit more finesse. Okay, So, finesse seems to be the go-to, doesn't it? So, from the sounds of it, we could do with, say, an upgrade to, I don't know, parry maybe? Yeah, parry sounds like the overall focus here, which is the thing. We could also do with some fire resistance, not gonna lie. Just having some general fire resistance would be nice against the wizards, in general. Okay, Okay, the skeleton gives a damage bonus to melee attack and skills of 2 per level. Or we can increase our defense, which does nothing here right now. Okay. We can increase our agility up by 5. That is an option. Let's actually increase our agility by 5 per level with the skeleton. That way he's actually much more agile and more evasive with attacks. That should make him a very formidable foe. Alright, we're gonna go into the dungeon one more time. I feel like I can actually handle that, so yeah, let's do it. YOLO. We'll do it. We'll save here, and off we go. We're gonna take the path here and see what we can find. Alright, nothing there. Ah, here we go. 75 gems. Nice. Alright, let's dip. 75 gems is always nice. Okay, anything. I'll keep close to the exit, actually. I want to get into a fight by the exit if I can. Alright, come on. Alright, we're saving here, just to be safe, because I don't want to go too far. I did manage to get the chest, though, that's good. So that's extra points on our list. Still nothing there, okay. Okay, still nothing. Come on, guys. There's fights to be had. Yeah, when I'm looking for a fight, they don't come at all. I'm good. Okay, still nothing. Huh. I guess it doesn't matter. I can just go and, recycle the move. Yeah, let's go. We'll just continue to cycle. Besides, it does get us more tokens, so every little bit counts. Okay. I guess before we do go, we should probably rest. Okay. Yes, I would like to rest. Well, at least the sorcerer is sleeping like a log. Alright, there we go. Let's go. Strange old house, yep. The catacombs, level 2. Off we go. Alright, there should be loot here, yep. Alright, and off we go. There we go. A fight. An actual fight. So, 3 wizards, huh? That's interesting. So, the problem here is that, we won't be able to defend against them because they're all going to attack. So, that's not going to be good for us because they attack everybody, not just one person. So we're just going to literally... I think we can just spread out the damage, why not? We're going to start off with Shadow... No, not Shadow Blast. We want to... I guess we could actually focus on one target at a time, couldn't we? Well, for now, let's use a Shadow Storm. Let's start it off nice. And then we can increase the damage of those spells progressively. Okay, 46, nice. Not bad at all. Witchfire comes into play, nice. They're gonna start throwing out spells of fire every now and again. Interesting. Somehow the sorcerer is doing really well. I don't know why, but hey. I'm not complaining. Not at all. Okay, skill. We are going to use challenge, so if they do start attacking us directly, there we go. Okay, the witch is going to throw down a black locust on Hedge Wizard C. Shadow is going to do manifestation. And off we go. Shouldn't be that hard. Alright, nice. Poison on the enemy. Got some damage on the witch, that's fine. Frost comes in, oh god, okay. Yeah, the damage is coming in. Shouldn't be too bad. Okay, there goes Shadow, he's taking damage, that's fine. Okay, we're gonna do a refresh room here to restore defenses, not that it would matter too much. We are going to Scorch Hedge Wizard C. We are going to use Shadow Blizzard, I want to say? Yeah, because Shadow Inferno doesn't do that much damage to these guys. So Shadow Blizzard is the next best. Okay, we can use a Curse of Blindness, or we can heal. We're gonna do a fundamental heal on the witch, I think. The more healing she has, the better. Okay, Scorch comes in, and deals damage to that guy. Okay, they're doing Frost. Okay, Pain.
Shadow Blizzard comes in.
Deals a ton of damage, nice. Heal comes in, heals the witch, perfect. Big Flame comes in, but to no big avail. Yeah, even more. Yeah, we're gonna definitely need a fire resist if wizards are gonna be keep popping in like this. Okay, we're going to seek about defend. Sorcerer. We're gonna set you up for poison, start you on the wizard 1. We will focus with the witch. The shadow is going to focus. Alright, that's 1. Alright, so we poison another enemy. There we go. Focus comes in. Alright, we're slowly dealing with them, at least, so that's good. Could do with some more healing, though. Okay, we are going to... Yeah, we're going to raise the defenses, I guess. Sorcerer, we will have you frostfall one of the wizards. And the Shadow is going to Shadow Storm all enemies. And finally, the Witch will heal the Shadow. The rest will fall into line, I'm sure. Hopefully the Witch gets there faster, but we'll see. Alright, well there you go. Done. 96 gems and 900 experience. We get to levels 12 as a sorcerer, and our Scorch reaches level 3, which is going to make our blast even deadlier. The Witch gets level 12, which gives heal to level 3. It also gives Phantom Grasp, Lice, and we get a new skill in Curse of the Fool, which lowers an enemy's magic and arcane resistance by 1. Oh. It lowers enemies' magic and arcane resistance. That's really powerful for us. The Shadow reaches level 12, which gives us Darkness, which blinds all enemies, and Shadow Inferno, which deals fire damage to all enemies. So, I don't think I need to say this, but Darkness is a really powerful ability. So, I'm quite happy with the results. Alright, with that, is there anything further? We should probably save before we start moving, because you never know. Okay, well, we've managed to make it there, so, yep, we're just gonna dip out. We'll go to the Sanctuary, rinse and repeat. Let's go to the merchant, see if we got anything to sell. Okay, nope. Nope. We've got 228 gems, though, so that is, worth an upgrade, I believe. Let's see. Now, in general, upgrading agility is overall going to be a benefit to all of our compatriots, because they're going to go faster than the enemy. Not only that, but it would increase the abilities that we would get. So we're going to buy agility and make it at least a point to get 1 agility in everybody. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I was considering going another room or 2, but I think I'm gonna take it easy. It's fine. But hey, I hope you guys enjoyed all the same. We're back to Paper Sorcerer, guys. That is what is going to be replacing Tuesdays and Thursdays until I've completed this game. So yeah, I mean, I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, but yeah, no, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I really do appreciate you guys coming out and watching my streams and, you know, watching my stuff. For those who are on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification if you want to see more stuff. I stream daily, so if you want to catch my streams, you catch me via zone MST time. For those who are on Twitch, if you want to help me out, follows and just watching my stream in general are appreciated. The same for YouTube. If you want to come over to Twitch, it's really appreciated. But I'm not going to force it. You guys have fun doing what you're doing, and I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. And, hey, I hope things go well. But I digress. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I know I did. And I'll see you guys next stream. Take care, everyone. Have a good day.